everyone. Alright, this is where I left off. Let me check the audio real quick.
Anyway.
It's a little too loud. Okay. So I guess I have to talk to everybody. Consciousness has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait for a moment. She must be so stuck she can't even open her mouth to talk. Nope, not you.
What should I do?
Someone got right in front of us, thing. Comfort her, damn it. We can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward. Come on, man.
Out of here!
I already talked to you.
Anyway.
Huh?
Is this really happening?
With me.
What the heck? Oh.
So you finally noticed.
Crap.
Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received. I know it's something very odd, very unusual. Go ahead and look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's room. She's right. Then could it be? All at once everyone turned their gaze at me. Hold on a second, you got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. I had done a complete 180 just a few minutes later. Feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then.
Are we done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed. I have been summoned to watch your stream. We'll have to collect some clues, form a foundation, construct an argument.
So...
Well, do we really have to say any more?
Perhaps you...
I'd rather you didn't know.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yo. Hey, damn it.
If whatever son of a bitch did this here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that
You're
evidence,
fucking dead.
they better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious, I'll fuck them up.
So,
But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? We're gonna investigate murder? How do we even do something like that?
Anyway...
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
This is very...
It was you? I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
So,
It wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. I'm not sure. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. You may as well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? It's not good. I'm not good with blood. It all takes one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. It's pointless. Everyone already left. Their party looks at me, still having filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, I got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something, otherwise everyone will.
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair! Bzz, bzz, poison gas! Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane!
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. I'll have to find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. You just figured that out now through all of that? The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab in the wound abdomen, where there was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. The end looks just to push forward to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find out the truth, so we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. I'm begging you, God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me. I don't care who it is, just get me out of here. Hiro doesn't seem to be prepared to do any kind of investigating. Aren't you going to help investigate? I can't leave Junko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. But she's... Oh. Alright. I guess I just have to go where the body is? When you realize Mokono just wants to murder the protagonist. He wants to murder everybody, but I think... Well... I feel like he's gonna feel that way once we keep freaking foiling his plans or whatever. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime in my room. We won't make any progress without investigating there, obviously. So I heard my room where Sayaka corpse still remained. That might reveal something new. This is the replica sword body. Does this mean it was used to attack somehow? It's been taken out of the sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold. Some of the gold coating has come off parts of the blade and the handle. The handle especially is missing a lot of coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if... Is that music loud? Hold on. No, we're good. Okay. I remember the coating sticks to you and you just touch a little bit. Okay, nice. The sheath? Does this mean it was used to attack somehow? Plus, the sword's been taken out, so it's just a sheath, but there's some scratches on the sheath. That must have been made with something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to get damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. Dude, Makoto, someone else... It was another weapon, dude, so why is there scratches on it? What are you sending all these flags for? Plus, if I say Makoto did kill her, it would make sense because he wouldn't be suspected because they are friends and buddy-buddy. What else can I look at? There are scratches and gouges on my wall and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something.
Wait.
That would not have been possible. Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room next to you, and there's no way you could know.
Well.
Perhaps this was another of Makoma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Evidence of struggle has been added to the bullet. Okay, nice. What else is there? Bed? Oh. The walls? There are scratches and gouges on the wall of my bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? I already have that.
Well.
Okay. I think that's it, really. I probably called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing? Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I'm searching.
Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my
Did you
room.
lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other evidence. There's a key on the grave, if I remember correctly. We switched rooms, it's just key too soon. How did the killer get into the room in the first place? The same goes for you. No matter who it is, don't open your door for no one. Even if it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even looking? After saying that, there's no way she could have forgotten to lock it and open it without any reason. Maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. What? Nice. I'm gonna... If the killer... Here's the thing. Do you play other games on Steam stream? Yes, I do. I was doing Pokemon the other day, and most of the time I would do like Smash or just anything anyone else wanted to play, like my friends. So, okay, here's what I think. She definitely locked that door. I should probably check the door because before she came in my room, she said that she heard someone trying to go into her room, which is, whether that's true or not, maybe they went for the door and they found something to get through with it. So, let me check the door. Wait, I can't check the door. Wait, there's something else here. What's that behind her? Hold on. The display of the sword was on. That's pretty much it. Wait a minute. Are my tools in there?
Yo. What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either?
What?
Not just me. Nobody's brushed theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way.
None of you guys had opened their tools yet. Because, like, why the hell would we? Toolkit? Why would that be on there? Looks like a lint roller. It looks like there was less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decided to clean up a little? I did check the room. What else is there? Oh. I mean... There's a scratches and bruises on the wall. Oh, I already did that.
Well.
By the way.
The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there.
You son of a
That
bitch.
dirty bastard. Anyone who raises their hand at a woman is a scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking dead.
So, if I ever find the son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. What if it was a girl that did it?
Yo.
That's all. That'll all get sorted out when the time comes. Ah. So let me go check that. Don't tell me you're still checking the floor.
What are you? Isn't it often? Did you
Do you have jump force? Yeah, I do.
listen?
Are you a clean freak? No, I don't think so, but what? No, I seen she glanced at my room.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so
I searched your room from one corner to the other, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
indeed.
Not one hair from the victim and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it too?
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it. Someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well.
That's the question, isn't it? I think that's everything?
Hey,
I'm visual. I have a question. Do you play Jump Force or Fortnite? Oh god, I would definitely play Jump Force over Fortnite. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too? I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. shit. I didn't mean to click that.
By the way, you son. Yo. Yo.
I'm trying to. The bathroom. On the other side is. I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Focusing myself to push my panic down, I slipped into the bath. Thank you, Jesus. Looking at her made it feel painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She lost everything that made her her. All at once, I overcome with dizziness, nausea, urge to burst into tears, but I can't hesitate now. I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I mean Blackbeard. I mean Hiei. I wanted to give up, wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. There's only two things, I figured. I look past that about in the wall. Written in blood is number 11037. Is okay that it is? I told myself I assumed we will tell, but now's not the time to think that. Pull out the Mako, probably what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object had been thrusted into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. Or whatever they used to kill her. Where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to Mako, Sayaka's right, the wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. There's something sort of glitterly on the wrist too. Where her wrist was swollen. There's something glittery, that's definitely concerning. That's part of the sword. There's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands completely spotless. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she had already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Okay, I can back up.
It would seem...
It looks like you found him, right? The bloody numbers that most likely Sayaka's dying message. I've never seen someone written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
You often talk like an aspiring poet, but the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? I don't even know what they possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes you think she wanted to use her body to block them. She wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way you found her. It means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result.
Well,
think about it. You're not gonna tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not numbers. Dude, upside, if you flipped it,
Makoto.
you can literally see it. Like, no one, it would never slip no one's mind. It literally says Leon. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck? Gets stuck? Yeah, you have only one, but the door doesn't fit the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. What? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. Huh? The doorknob. How do you know already? Dude, did you not see it? Hold on, look. Wait, no, what? I mean, she already wrote it up. Look, hold on. That was it. That was it. She literally, it's not even numbers. It was just flipped upside down. That's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler if the character in game tells you. Why is it like this? Okay, so I was wrong.
It would seem.
Use a screwdriver. It was intentional. Why would someone want to do that?
So.
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. My bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathroom has a lock, right?
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is not only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had a slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got a sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
See.
Then that clears that up. Oh, what clears what up? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. Are you being sarcastic, Ching? As if forgetting I was ever there, she suddenly turned left the room. I still understand why I need this, but I've already given my room a good once over. Maybe I should look around elsewhere. I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. I could have no choice but to see myself what was in that video. Do you want to know everyone's ultimate? I think I already have a clue. You ain't gotta tell me though. Oh god, get away. Hey buddy, it's you. I'm sorry to tell you, but she wrote your name in the bathroom and everything. Let me go to her room. That's Toko's room. Wait, oh. There we go. Wait, what did it say? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate says Sayaka's name on it. The nameplates on my room and the others are switched? So all that effort in putting the switched rooms without knowing is totally pointless. Why would anyone do that? Can I go inside? Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, I need to borrow this DVD. Did I get it? Oh, I did get it. Okay. Why did the thing switch? So you see, I was wrong. I was wrong about the door breaking. They couldn't have broken through the door. They broke through the bathroom door, not that door. Why would people do that? Because I wouldn't. That's just like... He said something about the trash. So I'm gonna go over here and look. Whoa! Trash room is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How did you get the gate this open?
No, you can't go
No,
any
entry
further.
on this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further. No, you can't.
This is stupid. It's getting faster.
No, you.
Wait, cleaning duty? Is there anything else I can look at? There's a hatchet on the floor. Oh, I found a coin. Is that the exit? Oh, it was. I'm trying to think. He said something about the trash. I already went over there. Oh, I remember what I was supposed to do. Hold on. And the magic show looked like some kind of concert. Sayaka.
Sayaka Mizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Huh? Sayaka had disappeared from State, which is now in ruins. But why notice even more that the figures of the girls who had collapsed?
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Look for the answer after graduation. That wasn't real, right? They were a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. And he's trying to say he was even able to get them? If that's what really happened, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would think this far? Alright, I gotta exit. I didn't know people ship those two, though. Someone came and talked to me yesterday morning. Really?
Listen to me!
He probably realized I was basically in charge, so he decided to talk to me directly. The topic of the conversation was accessing cleaning duty. So you're on cleaning duty now? Actually, no. Hifumi was also there when we had this conversation. He volunteered right away, so I let him have it. So he's on cleaning duty.
Count on it! Got it!
Hifumi then, huh? Wait. I gotta find Hifumi. Basically, the winner gets money. Is that what it meant? That's his office, the last place I want to go. I'm just taking a break after. Okay. No, that was the gym. I mean, I already didn't trust Sayaka. At least not enough to trust her with my life. Makoto was just falling head over heels for her so easily. I'm just like, dude, look where you're at. Do you really think that's the time and place for this? Even the weird-ass question should have just been like a red flag to you. He's not even in here. I already talked to you. Alright, let's leave out. Is he in his room then? I don't think I saw him in the halls. Maybe he's in one of the classrooms. Nope, it's just her. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time talking to you, because you're probably not going to help me. Okay. Let's check the classrooms before we go back to the other area. Okay, nobody's in here. Oh god, you're in here. Is no one gonna clean up or get rid of Junko's dead body? I guess not. It'll probably go away the next day. Oh, he's right there. Okay. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Makuna talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, this scope would be flooded with trash in no time. So I finally applied for the position. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, can you open the gate in front of the trash room?
Here we go.
Of course. It's my job to gather out the garbage and toss it in the trash room. To do that, they gave me a key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And the only person on the cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more
So
convenient.
in other words,
Actually, anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes blackened will graduate unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things could be more boring. Boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than
Hey, you
that.
bastard.
Hey, Fatty, why do you want the cleaning duty gig anyway?
Oh.
I just started to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You.
Liar, I know why you did it.
Is it like?
You want to dig through all the girls' trash looking for, you know, and poking around at it.
There's no way
What are you
to
talking
think
about?
this in a
All my
common
love is
sense
for
kind of
2D.
way.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and turn into... I would never get tired of 2D! After spending significant amount of comparing 2D to 3D, I voluntarily choose 2D. The only thing 3D is good is to shower love and affection of 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say that stuff like that? If you're so worried about Mifumi's questionable morality, then there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them, from picking up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to... Anyway, since you're on cleaning duty, can I ask a favor? What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from the past trauma or save a village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get in the trash room and look around. Oh, okay. So easy. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on one side, but never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, please just hurry up.
Mr. Naegi! Without a
Surely you
doubt.
aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend! You planned us all along. No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy the evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world? Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. I already see this. These are strands of broken glass shattered across the floor in the incinerator. It looks like it's used as some kind of a glass ball. Just about big enough to fit the palm of your hand.
Is this...
Is that... Do you know what that is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Dragon Ball. I get it. Hey, Jocelyn. I'm kidding. It's the kind of thing you might see on the big city street corner. Gaze into it, and it'll show you a glimpse of the future. Just like when that Mirna girl who was on the quest to find that one guy. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this practically belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should all still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. Looks like a burning piece of cloth. Burnt piece, like a chunk? Like a hunk of burning love? Oh my god. Anyway, it looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. Part of the sleeve of the button is up shirt. And now that I look at it, it's definitely blood and cuff, which means This is all that's left of some evidence of the killer destroyed. But there's a lot of people with white and button-up shirts. This isn't... Actually, it is enough. This is incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from the gate. And it's on right now. Do you see the green yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, you press the yellow button to turn it off. Can I spam you? Spam? What do you mean? Sooner or later you'll be... Why do you want to spam though? That's a real question. So make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. It's probably starting it was off last time I was down here.
Is it a
But I was working with a fairy. Fumi, do you realize what you just said? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here the incinerator was off. Oh yes, about that. There was no mistake. If I've got one thing on me for sure, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check on the place. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who was the key to the open gate, it should be impossible for incinerator to be on. And yet, so that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. That's the whole quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't. What does it mean, Mr. Naegi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me? Everyone already knows you get it. All the mysteries have been solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out of his comic book fantasies. I think that's it, right? Nope, one more. The green button turns on, the yellow button turns off. Or it seems anyway. Okay, that's it. I think I got everything I needed. I'm going to do it anyways. Okay. Do I just report in? Hey, she's gone. Does no one know Leon's ultimate? Yeah, he's a baseball player. I only learned a couple of them because Makoto brought it up when he said he read about it online. Where are we supposed to meet again? Ultimate Pogger. So, do you have any clues or anything? What kind of clues? Let us just agree we do not know who the culprit is and leave it at that. Whatever secrets I have, I don't intend to reveal anything.
Well...
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give you a little hint. I see you in the crying, naturally, but I think the trash room... I already went in there.
As for me...
I'm glad I didn't talk to you, because I already knew where I was going. I'm going to stop. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. I got everything I need. I just need to know I can go to the trial now. Yeah, I got a lot of things, bruh. How do you win this game? You just gotta find out who's the killer.
Huh?
Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Sorry, no. She just shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I just don't know. Well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyways for trying. Or she maybe know more than she's letting on. No, it couldn't be. Hey, here, can I ask you something? What are you doing here? What? Does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball! But it's all smashed, what the hell?
What the heck?
I only brought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break?
What?
Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled the crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let me put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you. Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it was in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? I mean, anyone could have found it and taken it. Nice. Thanks, Hero. That's all I needed to know. Sure. I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I'd saved up for a fortune telling for 2 full years came out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you powers to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Do we go to the kitchen? Oh, is it wrong to want to be an anime girl? A pretty one, too. I mean, you don't gotta be a pretty anime girl. I'm not out here trying to get the good looks from the dudes. Otherwise, it's not unique. You just be looking like somebody else. You know, somebody you're not. Kitchen. Let's check the kitchen. Oh, actually, let's check the laundry first, then the kitchen. Because they said it was a knife, so I'm just assuming it's a kitchen knife. I don't see any crystal balls in here. I don't think there's anything in here. Ain't you in dining hall? I know you mean. Okay, we already talked. I've always wanted to try. I always try to be someone I am not. I wouldn't recommend it. People would, like, I've already came across people who have done that, and that are probably still doing that to this day. And it's like, ooh, look at that! There's a knife missing. I knew it. Looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning? Who's on kitchen duty? Okay, there's nothing else. Maybe I gotta go back and look at the body. But no, the people who have done that, it's just, if you go out and just be somebody you're not, and people fall in love with that, you're basically letting them fall in love with someone like I don't know. It's basically not you, and it doesn't really feel good knowing that people don't like you for you. Even if what you say is absolutely true, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sakyo was killed was because I suggested we switch rooms? She died because of me? Then it should have been me that died? All I can say right now is that it's a possibility. If it's really true, then wow, what a dick. Do you play games with followers? Sometimes.
Seems like...
What kind if I saw that Sakyo was killed in your room? I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Oh, I already looked at that. Let me check my... Wait, why did it bring me back here?
Very strange.
Because you are the culprit? Do I have to go through this again? Okay, let me check the... Oh. Dining hall. Okay. I love water so much, I want to marry water. That's good. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange. A knife just suddenly disappearing like that? Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, they all were all lined up nice in a neat row. So, when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well...
I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? You were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You can tell anyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Did you really kill... Well, of course not. I would never. Do you really think I murdered her?
I mean...
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys are supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends and then one of them killing is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Good, we got everything.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Lord. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. Okay, protagonist. You're late, Makoto! We've been waiting for you! That you are afraid to be discovered as the murderer, or you...
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really convinced I did it, but... I didn't do it. Me and Sakako both know that all too well. But then who is the killer? Leon! It's on the freaking wall! And everything else basically just added it up to the wall thing.
Everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fate will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Let's get started. Okay, I guess we're just hopping in then.
Got it!
Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe you're just obviously leaning that way.
Well then.
Yes, indeed. Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll end up becoming a glimpse of the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone to tell me to do that. It's Sayaka's honor. I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. I turn trembling, anticipation. I wonder if this is how Death Row inmate feels his time finally comes. Rather than that, it's not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment. Obvious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further below the school. What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? It's like the Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone, find your sign so you can sit down. Hurry up, hurry up. Oh god. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. I like how Leon in this shot looks nervous. Gee, I wonder who it could have been. Let's save and do this thing. Let's save the girl that I didn't trust. Pre-trial. I got so many evidence. Increased damage to the opponent when the statement is destroyed. Evidence during the bullet time. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's all I got, right? Yeah, that's all I got. Alright, let's go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
No, God.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay.
There's 16
That about
classmates,
does
isn't
it for
there?
the preamble. First up is the case summary.
Can I take a guess? No, like, in the game, I already know who it is, but... Literally, Sayaka, even to death, people spoil you. Thank you, Sayaka, who is right next to me. Their first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Not at all. See, I know it's him, but I had to figure out how to make it. I have to aim it at him.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
There it is. That was easy.
No, it's wrong.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room was.
She wasn't even. Chiro didn't even check the room out. She stayed in the freaking gym.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Yeah, shut your ass, Byakuya.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used. Oh my god! What could have killed her? Herself? Knife, kitchen knife set.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, it was a kitchen knife.
No, that's wrong.
That's right, actually, but it's not random.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right.
Wow.
That's was the scene of the crime.
Time out. This is literally reminding me of Among Us, because I know when we played it like this, and if I assume who it might be, they literally jump out at me and be like, it could have been you. It's like, okay, you're sus.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. Are you doubting yourself? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. Time will slow down. Okay, on top of that, I'll steady your aim, making it easier. Concentrating like the focus, this consumes focus aids in the game, you can't concentrate. But the focus aids will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was in the dining hall.
Nope.
No, that's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
What? Really?
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Tina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time.
No one else was there either.
In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Time out. He says that like it only accounts to him, but she didn't see anybody, including him, so it could still be anybody. That makes no sense. Where's the...
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together. but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
And would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife.
Could be said by literally everyone, because Hina saw nobody.
So I'm not the killer.
He's the imposter, guys. Get him.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
So you didn't...
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right. But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means, we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
It can be wholesome, and also that's a girl.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I know. Bianca's asking the right questions.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Wait. Hold on. So does that mean that... So he didn't get the knife. She got the knife. But why would she get the knife if she already had a weapon? Maybe the sword wasn't sharp enough? So the person who took the knife was Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
She was... No, I believe that. She was literally freaking losing her mind after she saw the video.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
Will you calm down? He said could've.
So, that's how you would twist the argument.
What?
And send us all off in the wrong... You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit about being... Would you like to hear more? As things advance further in the class trial, Hangman's Gambit, it will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around, let the others already know. Complete the phrase. Hold on. Use the mouse to aim and left. Something that should have been there at this scene but wasn't. That must have been the crucial point. If we can't figure this out, then something is. Oh. Hair. Cause someone cleaned it up with the rolly thingy.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Yes.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
The door.
Sayaka was attacked in
And
the
also
main
the door
room
handle.
first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer's struggling around the prove it.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then.
Okay, sus, Leon.
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? From here on out, a number of weak points will start growing up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially one line in contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see is necessarily false. Use the truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone. Now it's important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots actually lies in contradictions. Okay, next.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Is that right?
No, that's wrong.
There's no lock on the boys' doors.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced that the door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually could be locked. In other words, the important detail about this scene of the crime is that
I got it!
it took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Also, the things got switched.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. The killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since
Well,
I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Makoto, can you please stop going back to telling these people that it's not you? That makes you look more suspicious than you already are.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms? Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh,
That actually makes
trying
sense.
to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the right answer. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Was this it, I think?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
I wouldn't have known that. I thought I was looking for an alibi with her name on it, but I guess the key rooms work too.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Maybe because she went and got the knife, idiot.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I'd better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room. Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Dude, you're in denial.
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note Sayaka wrote?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
That one.
So in other words,
what?
Even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection.
I guess I had to hit it quick.
It certainly would seem that way.
I tried to hit it, but it didn't let me.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that...
Nope, shut up.
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right.
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. Sayaka?
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about just as soon. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates and make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
So she was trying to frame me! Yay! I knew I couldn't trust that little bitch!
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that,
She was sweet and all, but even then I didn't trust her.
we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
That. There's stuff on it.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened to my room? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets to your truth cylinder. But just like the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. You'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak points to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your... Okay. Alright.
When the fighting broke out, culprit grabbed the and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden in her leg.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
Okay, I think I know which one I have to do.
And that's exactly what happened.
If the person with the sword really did attack first, there's no explanation how a certain part of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
Okay.
No, it's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Right?
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Yeah.
Her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe
She washed her hands but not her wrist.
She escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that?
Maybe a little bit,
Because
but
you
no.
think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it at all.
There was no way Sayaka watched the golden call off her because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens in the bathroom at night. She's afraid of water. Water can't remove it. I'm pretty sure the water was off. Because
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I
What?
haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only
my God,
one who
dude.
used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That
No,
is
no,
a
she did that.
possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted
She
to...
wouldn't have switched the
On
names,
me?
dude. Then she would have switched it back with your name and all that, and it'd be your room and you'd be red-handed.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation, a totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just
Makoto, shut up. It's
that
true.
That can't be true. Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Obviously, I'm committed to finding the clues. What can I do? As far as clues go, there's nothing left. What? Dude, we still have the ball, we still have the freaking incinerator, the clothes, dying message. Oh, you mean the dying message that says Leon?
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it.
Shut up.
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
I figured it'd be Leon that I had to freaking break. No, there's
Still
multiple
might be
clues.
one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 1, 1.
It's Leon,
0, 3,
backwards
7,
and upside
written in her own
down.
blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yeah, there was blood on her finger?
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still,
It's
what the heck do those
You
numbers
guys are
mean?
all
11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're numbers.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1,
It's,
1.
guys,
but
it's Leon.
looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Guys, it's Leon. Do you hear me? It's Leon. I'm not telling the chat, I'm telling the guys all in the freaking room in this game.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
You just don't... It's Leon!
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Oh my god, really? Where are you, you sack of shit? There you are.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L.
Say it with me now.
O-N.
Leon.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You
Sure I
can't just
can,
go and
because
say
your
shit
name's
like
on it.
that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Boom.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude
Yes.
that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty
Okay,
of other people
guilty.
here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The
These
answers
aren't
to all
riddles.
the
These are
riddles
just written
right
out in
here.
front of you, and you're just reading it off a script.
Yeah, I think so.
How?
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is gonna involve...
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And
No, you
had
don't.
to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy them.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball.
Rip off.
But how would you use it?
That was easy.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turned on the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off the last time I was down here. So yes, there was a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
baseball.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered.
I don't need
And the
anything
truth
else
has been
other than the
revealed.
fact that she wrote your name in blood, dude.
Now
Closing
here's
your
what
eyes up
happened.
again. Would you like to hear more? Every case has one last element to bring to the class trial to the end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you can give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of evidence of the case from a comic book. You notice that the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. If you take aim and miss a certain section in the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to the breakthrough. Good luck and have fun. Okay. Oh, there's more pictures. Hold on. I didn't see that. Hang on. Hold on. That's when the knife was dropped. Wait. Let me just go down here real quick. I'm pretty sure I can get the last ones. Wait, was that it? I think I'm missing something. Wait, so then where does the knife go?
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, They left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object, I object, I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Sometimes during the class round, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you'll engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as a bullet time battle, aka the BTB, by the way. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo maker as they move across the screen to reach the center. Press the right mouse to lock onto the opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you locked onto with the left mouse click and tempo to reach certain. Use the method to deal damage to the opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consistently and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll have the tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet, like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll be out victorious. Just like before, your influence gauges reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail. Good luck and have fun with a murderer!
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something, the toolkit.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie!
Oh, so that's how you do it.
Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
I didn't really get it that much, but I got it.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool.
You know
the
what tool
killer
he used.
to
It just
remove
wasn't your
them.
tool.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Uh-oh. We broke him.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Well. Damn. A all the way. Ooh.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Literally, the fact that she wrote her name was proof enough. Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case was the one that killed Sayaka. Was none other than Leon.
Yahoo!
Huh? Hey, hold
Did you
on.
really? Why are you asking? You know he did it.
But
What the hell is wrong with you?
Bitch. I
He was
didn't
Killer
have a
Bee
choice. So that's why.
One more step and you would have been the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky.
You explained it just to accept my death?
Come on!
Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about it, honestly, I better be off if I was wrong. Because if we came out with really is the truth. And that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. The mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't have what I saw there. If I was her in that video, and the video actually had something to do with me, I couldn't even imagine. You already had a video like that, Makoto! Don't act like you didn't have one.
Why? Why?
The one thing is more important here than anything else. Her dreams are friends. To see something like that happen to them, Sayaka. Well, dude, Makoto's out here acting like he didn't have a motive. Everyone had the same freaking tape. It's not the same thing, but it's literally based on whatever they had. So don't act like, oh man, she had so much to live for, and it's like, so do you. That's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can... Dude, she used you. End of story. I didn't like her from the big... I liked her a little bit, but not enough. Not as much as Makoto over here thinking, you know... Sweet, innocent girl! Ooh! Try to kiss someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she's... Yeah. I understand, I really do. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger the feeling, the stronger the despair when they collapse. This is all your fault. Being forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly the frenzy I lunged at Makoto. But As angry as I was,
That's
I
enough.
lasted in my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I'm sure I wasn't liable to lose a bruise. If you really want to make
Calm
her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. That was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did. And the true killer comes out, Black and Leon will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution?
I didn't have a
Wait a
choice, I had
second.
to kill her. I was just
Yeah,
protecting myself in
that's
the heat of the moment. It was self-defense. How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, when you forced your sister in the bathroom, did you not use your own very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back and broke into the bathroom and killed her, am I wrong? You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. It is not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder. No, that's not.
So
Stop it. I've
that's
had enough of
why-
this. We're close. You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? No, I really wasn't. Because you're precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Did you awaken your senses of justice? It's just what happens. There's nothing more unreasonable than a awakening sense of justice. There's people with that sort of mentality that... This is within you? Just shut up. Let's hurry up and get what's everyone's waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I prepared a very
For
special
Leon
punishment.
Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
That looks creepy. Well, I kind of already see where this is going. 1,000 below. Yikes. Yikes. What we saw, that was the true face of the spirit. I mean, if we can call it that, what else would we call it?
Extreme!
Pumping out of control.
I
Do
can't
we gotta
take
keep
it.
doing this?
Well,
All you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. That's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. How the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or is this because dark, awful secret society type of bear?
Well...
Upstanding young citizen like me through all such an ordeal. Use common sense to make common... It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think what you're saying is what I'm saying is quite fit together.
Shit.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened happened. Because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how many time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Bro, being trapped in an instant place like this. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't this so wonderful how we all get to live here forever? What are you trying to say?
What does this mean?
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there, just like before. Anyway, let's get to the blackened punishment that's what everyone is waiting for, after all. When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? I said everything I gotta say. I need to save some for later. Even after he was gone, I still forever able to move. Actually, no, it wasn't long. I think everyone just lost their sense of time. We're all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But at that moment... What?
Just a second.
She moved in close and whispered in my ear. There's something I want to talk to you about. I'm surprised you figured it out. I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize that's how you betrayed me by myself, didn't you? I thought never ever crossed my mind. I felt like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that. Sayaka meant to double cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only a Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now. Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, do you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What? The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her. No, that is a that's the only possibility, Kyoko. But I don't think that's what it is. She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. The picture showed her literally attacking the dude. If she struggled to kill him, she wouldn't have done it, but she did it. She swung first. Persuasion attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it.
Right.
Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward. Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free for such a desperation situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How can I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. Oh, wait, I have to admit, I'm curious. Hey. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic.
What?
Kidding. I just have a pretty good intuition. The end. Perfect time to stop. Despair bat. Yeah, let's save it. Alright. Is this my room? Oh, okay. I'm gonna end it there, guys. Boop. That's a good way to end the chapter.